just concluded 3-day 2024 Nigeria Fintech Week, the largest gathering of stakeholders in the fintech industry in Africa, reinforced the need to reposition the industry as a catalyst for socio-economic development in the region. Organized by the Fintech Association of Nigeria, the leading industry ecosystem on the continent, the theme positioning Africa's fintech ecosystem that accelerates inclusive growth provided an opportunity to assess the evolution of the fintech industry and its role in supporting African economies. In his opening address, Mr. Ade Bajomo, the immediate past president, stressed the need for fintechs to diversify from payments to sectors like health, education, and agriculture, among others.
As an industry, we still have several growth opportunities, and we must up the game in identifying and delivering these. Diversifying from payments, which have and continue to play a critical role in driving financial inclusion, into broader areas where technology can drive inclusive growth, such as insurtech, investech, agri-tech, edtech, health tech, to name a few. And also, as a country and continent, to start looking at and developing our own technology stacks. Rather than just being consumers of byproducts of science and engineering, we need to develop the Africa stack that is used within Africa and again exported around the world.
The keynote speeches from major regulators such as the Securities and Exchange Commission, Nigeria Communications Commission, and National Information Technology Development Agency emphasized the importance of smart regulations, robust governance, frameworks, and enabling policy environment and stakeholder engagement to scale the fintech industry's interventions.
Securities and Exchange Commission, we believe that effective regulation is not just about enforcement, it's about creating an enabling environment where innovation can thrive while protecting the interests of all stakeholders.
Innovation-friendly environment. So creating a space where innovation can thrive, and here regulatory sandboxes play a very critical part. The financial sector already has an established framework. Within the communication sector, we also have what we call the general authorization permit, which in a nutshell is a fancy way of calling it a sandbox. So basically, a general permit that allows us to test and explore without necessarily having figured out the full regulatory framework for the particular service or product being offered.
Our participation is not just beneficial, it is essential for ensuring that AI serves the interests of all humanities, not just the privileged few in advanced countries. The regulatory landscape for AI is still in its infancy. While nations like the United States, China, and the European Union are making strides in developing AI governance framework, these efforts often reflect their specific context and priorities. However, AI's impact will be global. It is already global, and its regulation must be global as well. As with most powerful technologies, AI presents both opportunities and challenges. Issues of data privacy, algorithmic bias, job displacement, and geopolitical competition have underscored the need for a clear, fair, and inclusive regulatory regime. At the heart of this regulatory discussion must be the voices of the Global South, particularly Africa. Our participation ensures that AI regulations consider diverse cultural, economic, and social contexts. The challenges and opportunities presented by AI in Lagos, Nairobi, or Johannesburg may differ significantly from those in the Silicon Valley or even Schengen. AI technologies must be designed and regulated in ways that reflect diversity of the world, not just the interest of a few technologically advanced nations. Africa and the Global South must advocate for inclusivity in global AI governance, ensuring that our unique contexts and challenges, such as infrastructure gaps, education system, and social values are considered. We must champion AI systems that are culturally adaptive and contextually aware.
The array of key diplomats and government officials from Ireland, the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Kenya at the Fintech Week, with their respective goodwill messages, reassured the ecosystem of the support required to expand the industry. An exciting part of the conference was the quality of the conversations that covered the future of digital payment, prioritizing profitability for African fintech startups, smart regulation, and positioning Africa's fintech ecosystem to accelerate inclusive economic growth, safeguarding funding pipeline for fintechs in Africa, dealing with fraud and cyber attacks, global AR regulation, shaping the future of Africa's digital workforce and regulatory framework for digital finance. Others were generative AI applications for education and health in Africa and leveraging biometric tech for enhanced KYC. It featured masterclasses, product pitches, and workshops, as well as a one-on-one session with regulators in the financial services and technology industry, which was well received by industry players and startups. Stakeholders share their experience at the 3-day conference and the prospects for the growth of the fintech ecosystem in Nigeria and Africa.
This is not the first time I'll be attending. At other times, I've just been a normal attendee of the event, and it's impressive how how the organizers of the Nigeria Fintech Week have been able to bring together stakeholders from different points across the table to have conversations, because conversations are important. They are the first thing. So you have private players, you have government, you have other investors, foreign players. Like the panel I had, there was someone from the UK speaking on the panel. This is one powerful force that the organizers have been able to pull, and I must commend them for it, because, like I said, conversation is the starting point, and bringing people into one room to have that conversation that is germane for the next step is the most important part in all of this, and I must say kudos to them for that.
Frankly speaking, over time, I am quite impressed with the organization and with the value, because for me, it is value that is being created, because it's a space for players to co-create and co-learn. And so far, we have done a lot. Particularly, the Commission has continued to participate to ensure that, again, it's an avenue to educate other players, and educate the Nigerian students of the role that the Commission and government indeed is playing to ensure that the space is safe, and then we continue to expand, most especially the telecom sector, and then the payment, of course, the payment platforms for Nigerians to have access to all the infrastructure.
A huge event, and we have been here, we have been discussing the relationship for the customers, with customers in Nigeria and Western Africa, and I think this event has really cemented our relationship in the country. We see huge amount of, we see great potential for this country, especially in terms of financial inclusion, and the talent which you have is immense. So I must say that the event was very important for us in order to bring all the right stakeholders together and deliver an output which was necessary in order for the future growth.
I've seen a great opportunity for collaboration, a great opportunity for networking, a great opportunity for us to explore the potentials we have in the Nigerian economy. Remember, finances run the entire economy, and so tech in finance is a solution that will empower growth. So this conference actually provides that kind of opportunity for us to harness the resources. In fact, some of the resources I'm seeing here, I didn't know they existed. And that's what this type of conference does for everyone.
It's not my first time. I think this is my third year here. It's always a pleasure to be part of Fintech Week. And it's an amazing experience because this is a platform that provides access to industry stakeholders to collaborate, to exchange experience, to exchange knowledge, and to drive further innovations and development when it comes to fintech segment in Nigeria.
Well, we feel very good that the 7th edition of the annual Fintech conference, which is tagged Nigeria Fintech Week, has come and gone. And year in, year out, we see improvements We see more opportunities for the fintech industry and for Nigeria. And this year has been exceptional, with participants coming from all over the world and with a large population, particularly of young people, young entrepreneurs, with a lot of support from regulators. Every regulator in the financial service industry and technology industry were present. And one of the things that I actually enjoyed more was the roundtable between the key regulators. SecDG was there, NCC was there, NFIU was there, and all of them were there speaking with the young innovators, the fintech gurus, the blockchain and cryptocurrency guys, talking to them about their concerns and the way they can operate seamlessly and following the rules and regulations. So it's been a very, very great 3 days of Nigeria Fintech Week.
It brings together stakeholders in the industry, networking opportunities, growth, partnership, to talk about the next trends and to talk about the next phase of development in the industry. And this has not fallen short of that. In fact, it has also built on the monumental achievements of past fintech. This is the 7th edition, and we're so proud of what will come more after this.
I think for me, first of all, it's a very humbling privilege to be elected to lead the Fintech Association of Nigeria, a highly distinguished organization. So I am poised not to disappoint. Right. First of all, I have to give special thanks to my predecessor, Mr. Adeba Jomo, under whom I served as vice president for 4 years. He set very solid foundation for the organization, very laudable initiatives, which I'm proud and very happy that I supported him to deliver. I think the task for us now is to take it to the next level. We're going to continue to progress from where he stopped, but of course with a bit of tweak here and there to align with the changing landscape. This evening during my inaugural speech, I talked about the PI strategy, which is going to guide our execution. Of course, P being for participation. We want everyone to participate, regardless of the kind of membership, your age or demography. So we want the young, the old, fintech, auxiliary sectors to be a part of what their organization is doing. You don't have to be a part of the governing council to do something. So we want to run a tenure where everyone participates, setting up communities of practice and ensuring that we open up the membership and grow it into hundreds of thousands and possibly millions in the next 2 years.
With a successful 3-day conference that was well attended, the task ahead with a newly constituted Executive Council of the Fintech Association of Nigeria, led by Dr. Stanley Jacob, is collaboration across the region in regulations, governance, standard practice, skills development, and attracting investments. This should stimulate the fintech industry to catalyze socio-economic transformation and deepen financial inclusion by adopting new technologies.